guys, in this video we're going to talk about what's been done for the CGDC community game throughout the month of November. There's been a lot of progress that's been made, but we want to be able to share a little bit of it with you guys. Before we get started, please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel so that you can stay notified of any progress. Also note that we are currently taking registrations for people who might be interested in beta testing this game once it reaches that stage. So consider checking out our sign up link below, where you can also join our newsletter, which also includes information about the progress of this project. So let's go ahead and get started with this video. Okay, so the first update as we get started with this video is that we now have a definite title for this project. The past couple months, we weren't sure what the official name would be. We obviously had chosen the code name Dreams and Nightmares, but we weren't sure if that was a legally viable name, considering some people have created small projects with the same name. It was a name that had been used before, so we had to do a little legal searching, and we can now officially announce that we are going to be using the title Dreams and Nightmares for this project. I think it's a great title. I love it personally. It has a good acronym. It's easy to remember, so I love it. It's perfect. All right, so as far as development updates over the past month. Now, first of all, as you can see on the screen, I'm going to give you a little bit of a glimpse of some basic gameplay footage of some of the mechanics that have been put in the game so far. There's been a lot done. Stay tuned to the channel. Pretty soon we'll likely be showing some more in-depth gameplay footage as well as some commentary to go with it. But for now, since the last video that we have put out, there's been a lot done. One of the biggest updates has been procedural generation. Now, what that means is that the maps in this game are going to be randomly generated throughout a lot of the parts of the game. This is going to get some of the load off of the map designers, but it's also going to mean every time you play the game, it's going to be a little different than the last time that you played it, which is going to encourage replayability, and it's going to make the map different each time. So I think that's a cool feature. It's currently being ironed out, and it's looking good. So far, it's looking fantastic. We've also upgraded some of the stats for weapons, armor, loot, upgrading some of the features within those items. Alright bro, so now we're going to talk about the story. Now, I'm pretty excited because the story has been all but complete for Act 1 of this game, and now we're just working on 2, 3, and 4. And obviously, I'm not going to give you all the nitty-gritty details because number 1, it'd be boring, and number 2, I don't want to spoil it because, you know, we're going to be releasing a game eventually, and we don't want everyone to know exactly what it's all about. Just to give you a quick rundown, though, as far as what's been actually agreed upon for the project. In Act 1, all of these different people inside of the world tell you that there is something wrong with this nearby forest. So you enter the forest, and you discover that the whole forest has been twisted by pride, like literally twisted. The plants are twisted, the animals have become corrupted by pride. The animals treat you aggressively, treat you like a reject and an outcast. Now, this part of the story focuses heavily on Evie because this is a big personal struggle for her with her own spirit of pride. And so to progress throughout this game, she has to confront her own spirit of pride, and ultimately, in the boss battle of this game, cannot win this part of the game until she learns to approach her own spirit of pride. That's the quick rundown. We're working on stories for Acts 2, 3, and 4, but it's pretty exciting what's being done for this project. Okay, so now it comes down to the art that's been done for Dreams and Nightmares. Now, art is for sure, hands down, the biggest workload out of any of the teams, because any video game you create that's like a 3D video game is going to be very heavy on art assets that are needed for the project. I would say at this point, we probably have for the first time a good amount of unique original art that's been created for the game. There's still a lot that has to be done, but at this point, there's a good bit to show. We have unique enemies, we have initial designs for all 4 of the characters, as well as different armor and clothing sets are now being designed, and we have a whole array of weapons that have already been created. It's at the point where, you know, we started out the project with a lot of like placeholder art, and now we're starting to replace the placeholder art a little bit at a time. Yes, it is final. I talked about it in the last video. It is final. We're going for a low poly look for this project for simplicity and to be able to create a project with a volunteer team within a specified amount of time. But you see, we have some characters. Check it out. We've got a couple enemies right here. Not all of them have been textured yet, but there's, you know, some good looking art that's been created for the project. The art team is already as well working with the cross team to go ahead and get some of the level design done, which inside of the game, I will say the levels are looking pretty fantastic. I'm pretty impressed with what's been done so far. So As you can see, we have some art down, but I'm pretty excited because we have more coming soon. Okay, so as far as the music that's been done for this project, there has been quite a bit done over the past month, and now we've got most of the music and the general scoring done for Act 1, which means we're moving on to other acts to get those finished. Yeah. We're working on Fmod integration, which will allow us to have very interactive music within the game that can vary depending on what's happening in the game at that particular moment. So that's very exciting. As well as all of that, we are working on some sound effects for the game, like weapon sound effects, power-up sound effects, enemy sound effects, and so forth. So there's already been a collection of those that are done, and those are being finished on a fairly regular basis. So there's a lot around the board being done, but let's take a sneak peek at some of the music so you guys can get a feel for the style that we're going with for this game. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and check out the video description below, where we have a lot of great links where you can sign up to become part of our project, to follow our progress, or to connect with us on social media. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day.